Hey you guys, Blaze here from Blaze Reviews, and today we're going to be checking out Mortal Kombat on 4K UHD. Now this movie was shot in 4.5K. It's got a 4K DI. It is rated R, and the runtime is 110 minutes. The aspect ratio is 239:1, so you will get those black letterbox bars. It's in HDR10 and the audio is in Dolby Atmos. Now for the audio, I will be using the Sony HT-A9 and the settings are as follows. Cinema mode is on. Immersive AE is on. The rear speaker surrounds are set to max and the bass for the SW3 subwoofer is set to max.
Let Mortal Kombat begin!
Now right away at the beginning of this movie, the surround sound effects are really great. You'll hear birds chirping and sound like they are behind you as they come from the left rear speaker and a bit towards the front. When the baby cries, it comes from the left rear speaker, then move towards the front and actually sounds like there's really a baby crying in your room. When Subzero shows up, you can hear the sound of his blade slashing through people and people yelling and screaming in the background coming from the rear speakers. As he stabs someone and you see his sword come through the door and it goes upward, you can hear the blood splatter through all of the speakers and it sounds really cool. During the rainstorm scene, it makes really good use of the A9's height channels, and it sounds like it's raining inside your room. The loud thunder literally sounds like it's right above you as well, and when Raiden shoots down, it has some deep rumbly bass to it. At the diner scene when Sub-Zero's about to come, it's got some really good 360 surround sound effects. You can hear the ice crystals forming and crackling, and then as Sub-Zero appears in the mist, the bass really kicks in and gets very deep and will vibrate your room. As Sub-Zero lifts the ice, you can hear it rising in the height channels, and then as he throws it, you can hear it all around and above you. It's a really awesome sounding experience, and this is one of my favorite scenes throughout the entire movie.
It's not.
Just why?
When Jax goes to fight Sub-Zero, you can hear the ice crackling from the rear left speaker and it flows behind you to the right speaker as Sub-Zero shows up. It almost feels like he shows up right behind you, and the bass gets really deep as he grabs Jax's gun and freezes it. But But the very best sounding scene throughout this entire movie definitely has to be when Reptile comes. He can be heard moving through each speaker and coming from all around. It utilizes the height channels just a little bit, and at times it sounds like he's just above you. This scene really shows off the A9's 360 sound bubble and just how good it is. If you crank up the volume loud, it's a creepy experience and it sounds like Reptile is truly in your home moving around you. Now when the large doors open and Goro shows up for the very first time, the bass drops really low. If you have your subwoofer turned up, it's gonna vibrate and shake your room.
You're gonna love him.
Prince Goro! It is an honor to have Shokan blood on our side. Now we shall end this prophecy once and for all.
All in all, Mortal Kombat is an okay movie. The plot may not be perfect and it may not be for everyone, but the action scenes have some really good Dolby Atmos surround sound and height effects throughout. I particularly found it funny when Kano did his little wah wah. Because I live in Japan and speak Japanese, I thought the Japanese spoken in the movie was pretty spot on and was very happy they used it. And I like the fact that Scorpion used a traditional kunai instead of having a blade come out of his hand with CGI like in the older Mortal Kombat movies from the 90s. I highly recommend if you own the Sony HT-A9 or are planning to get one very soon, or just have the Sony HT-A7000 soundbar, to definitely check out this movie. The dialogue throughout this movie was nice and clear and easy to understand, especially with the A9's Phantom Center channel, and it has some really great surround sound and height effects throughout. It's got some deep bass to it every now and then, and I like how the bass gets really low every time Subzero shows up. The image detail is sharp, but there is a little bit of added grain to make it seem that it was shot on film. And though most of this movie is a bit dark, with the HDR10, the bright scenes look really good, especially Liu Kang's fire dragon scene and the desert scenes.
Your blood.
How'd it go? Go on then, take it.
I give the audio a blazing score of 8.5. It has a great Dolby Atmos mix, with good surround sound and height effects throughout the film, and some pretty deep bass every now and then. And the image quality, an 8. Most of the time the image was pretty sharp, but sometimes it was just a bit soft, and personally I didn't like the added film grain, but that's just my personal preference. I never have liked film grain in any movies. Thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed this review, be sure to hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel and hit that little bell icon so you'll get notified when I upload more videos. More reviews are coming soon.